All right, hey folks, welcome to In the Spirit of Things, and you got your pilot and co-pilot steady in the seat. We're flying tonight. It's all good. Little Jefferson airplane, huh, John?
Way to take us out on a maiden trip here, or I suppose I'm out of flight school tonight. So
yeah, well, you push the pedals, I'll hold the wheel. Yeah, folks, we're running this our board because my producer is she's taking care of business with baby, and it's all good. And Brother Zach was trying to give me the heads up. He sort of dropped me into the deep end without my floaties, and I was getting a little excited. But it's all good now. Hey, we're here, and hey, it's fixing to get interesting. Anyways, yeah, folks, last night, we got decommissioned off the good ship Lollipop over here. Poor Zach's phone went down, but hey, we won't have that problem tonight because I'm fully charged. Anyways, we're going to go to discharge when we get done. Anyways, folks, welcome to In the Spirit of Things, and as you can tell, we're heading out the gate. Brother Peter is moving into a new era in different capacities, and the Privatis.Me house will still remain open for our full members, but if you're not a full member, you're sort of going to be on the outside looking in, because we're taking this ship to we're going to ground, folks, and it's all about unconsenting. It's all about going at peace, knowing how to operate in the proper capacity, and they never expected you to unconsent. So it's a beautiful thing. It's direction of flow. It's right-minded. It works. It's effective. For those who don't believe it, if you like the pain you're dealing with, it's not going to get any better. You got Obamacare to look forward, chips in your backside, new tax forms to fill out to pour subsidizing Obamacare out of your back pocket. But if you're not a slave, if you're off the slave ship Lollipop, it doesn't apply to you. And I can prove it to you. So if you're from the show me state, you need to come to my house. And everybody needs some relief. Everybody's having issues with the IRS. Everybody's having issues with driving issues, everything. Folks, we're working on a plethora of beautiful things that will help my right-minded brothers and sisters unencumber themselves on multiple levels. So if you don't, like I say, like the status quo, I was just reading an article, John, they were talking about non-compliance. We're not about non-compliance. We're just about unconsenting.
Yes, exactly. Non-compliance is consenting to a contract, and then breaching that contract is not.
Right. Hey, the world is still not right-minded, folks. They're not at my house, but that's all right. We're opening the door till the 31st. It's still open. So those, you can join free still up until the end of the month, and after the 1st of August, all that stops. John, for those that joined up in July for free, I may give them a little bit more of a free ride. Well, Michael and I will discuss it, and we'll figure it out. But all those that have been sitting in the seats since, let's see, when did we open the doors? Like last December. Yeah, that's when it was.
Yes, it's been a while, and that was for Privatis. You guys have been around a lot longer than that.
Right, we were sui juris before that.
Exactly.
But when Michael came up with Privatis.Me, I said, hey, really good concept because we want to be in the private, folks, and we're going to teach you how to operate in the private. You got to love the verbiage that we get these memos on, sort of like I am free will and in the spirit of things. As we have tie-ins, we get things. And
exactly.
The beautiful thing is they're going to get things on a whole different level in a beautiful way, and they don't have to worry about being in the fear and worrying about fear. The fear goes away, folks, when you operate in the proper capacity. You're going to get the memos. Matter of fact, we'll be having a big class this Thursday. Every week I do Thursday night beginners classes and exactly how to operate with your package. Without your package, you are incompetent to move forward on any level whatsoever. So you get your package first, and then you come to class, and I'm going to go over the package with you so you understand how to operate and what the concepts that we're bringing forward as far as how to seal your deal. We don't sign. How to operate as a man, not the dead entity, and just basically unhinge yourself from the ties that bind. And they're really, really simple concepts. John, did I send you the package?
I do have the package, and that's correct, Pete. It is a different way of doing business. Basically, we've been doing business as the legal fictional person who signs and gets in the contracts, and a privatist. We're teaching how to operate in the
private side instead of the public.
The private side as a man, exactly.
Right.
And it is a whole different concept. It is a whole different way of being. A whole different everything, really. When it comes to your laws, your statutes, your codes, everything, and how to navigate all those types of things, and how to really be truly free, and not be, a slave to these contracts
right.
that have been put on us everywhere, basically.
Yeah, we gave over, folks. We didn't give over. Our moms gave us over at birth, and if you haven't been through, while you can, go through the 8-week curriculum. We've got 6 of them already in the hopper, so you can access it from if you're in the free members area, you can go to the curriculum, and all the posts are over there. Click on links, and it'll take you to go watch something or read something or whatever, and it's all little baby steps. And I have an audio where I covered the topics of discussion in each link. So it's really right-minded, folks. It'll get you through quicker, much, much quicker. This is a compendium of years and years and years, but it won't take you years. It's going to take you minutes, comparatively speaking, because once you go through those curriculum classes, you'll have the clarity of how you got here and how it all happened, how it all came down. It's all simple, follow the bouncing ball directions, so you can pull the curtain back, get your rose-colored glasses off, and then the last 4 weeks the curriculum is spent solutions, because we are solutions-orientated. Matter of fact, Johnny, I just finally put the 8-week in the hopper. It'll be coming up, like I say, that'll be posted. But it's already, if you want to, they really shouldn't jump ahead, but they could if they want to, if they're right-minded. But all those 8 videos we watched with Brother Marcus on Servant King, very, very astute, very excellent information. So, anyways,
you should give that website out again, servantking.info. Absolutely great site to.
It is. I'm pretty sure it is posted on the Facebook page. If they can go look it up there. Also, folks. Our YouTube page will be open on the public side, because it's just information of about vaccinations. Got change on the horizon. All wars are bankers' wars. Beautiful compendium of information.
It's one thing knowing what we know about these vaccinations and stuff, Peter, but it's another thing when they start doing forced inoculations and stuff like this. And there's a reason why they're able to do that, why they're able to force these needles inside of your body. What more rape is there?
Right.
Than that. Besides the other type, to have someone forcibly inject you with something and against your will, and especially knowing what we know is in these vaccines and all this kind of stuff. And the reason they can do this is because of contracts. Again, we get back to contracts and consenting to be governed. And, it's something when we tell an entity to go ahead and do what they like. We will wish to be governed, and, we don't care how things work, and we just want to be blissfully unaware. And, these entities, they will govern you, and they will govern you as much as they can get away with.
Yes, and the reason, folks, like he says, because we've come over multiple bridges to get here. Now you got to reverse to get over the other bridges to get out, and I have the bridges. So I know where ground is, John. I know where the starting point is, and folks, it's very, very simple. These are literally when you go to the first class, the Thursday night class, you will have total clarity, pretty much, on how to operate with the administrative process. Because I'm actually going to hold your hand and go through the little steps. But if you don't have your package in your hands, when I tell you to click on this document, it's going to be hard to click on it if you're not in the house. So you got to come all the way into the house. Nothing to wait for. This is all the direction of flow. This is going to ground. So you have all the bridges you cross to get here. I'm going to show you how to cross the bridges to get back. You can, on consent, you can remove presumptions, and you can move forward and get your life back.
Exactly. We hear it every day of all these people that are in debt, up to their eyeballs, and can't get out of it. And it's all gone third-party debt collectors, and they're harassing them and all this kind of stuff. And, easily fixed. Easily fixed. Taxes, being overtaxed. Another consent.
Yep.
But you have to know how to get out of that contract that you put yourself in, or you will be what is that word to use? A non-complying.
Right. Because it is voluntary.
That's right.
But you voluntarily signed in when you did your first W-4 and 1040. And
you voluntarily signed up for being arrested if you don't pay your taxes once you've done that and became a citizen on the voter rolls that agreed to do that.
Right. And the upside is, folks, no arguing, no anger. We're pulling the oxygen out of the room. These documents are beautiful. They're right. They're correct. We remove the presumption of your power of attorney. We remove the presumption that you're the trustee. We remove the presumption that like I say, we basically bring you to ground, folks, because if you fail to do this and then you try, like John, like I was explaining, I'm going to do a W-4 class, procedurally correct. We're going to do Michael and I are going to do a special IRS class on how to get in compliance correctly as the man, so that you can get your exemption, so you have no liability. But you have to do the 3 steps that we talk about first, which is voter first. If you got a marriage contract, it's always good to rescind it because they bind it up to corporations for a hypothecation event, and then they can attach to your children. That's the fruits of they're the byproduct of your loins. And they get to.
I think you really need to make that clear too, Peter. That Privatis is doing this as a step-by-step process, so that our members don't get themselves in the hot water by not knowing how to do administrative process and all that kind of stuff. You do need to do these little bridges, these little steps first before you can get into the really good stuff. And that's why we keep bringing up these first 5 steps even to get these done first, because this gets you used to how to address your mail, how to accept your mail, how to not accept your mail, how to stay out of contracts, all this kind of stuff. So it becomes second nature to you, so that when you do get into the really good stuff that we can't really bring forward, you'll know how to handle your affairs and how to handle your accounts and all this kind of stuff properly in the private and not get shanghaied.
Right. Well, hey, folks, what we cover is the Tricks is for Kids hours on how they'll try to trick you. But if you come over to the house, you're getting your education. Yeah, once you get in the seat, you're good for a year. But like I say, John, it'll probably be ad infinitum. This will be the only time somebody put some skin in the game to come in the game, because I won't need anything from my folks. But I want them to show some goodwill and intent to get into the front door first, so that they're going to be motivated to move forward and follow the bouncing ball and come in and get their learn on. And it's going to, folks, it's like riding a bike. It's really that simple. What we're doing here, we've literally chopped a beeline past all the BS. We're not going to bind you up with the mundane. There's no complexities here. We remove. I'll tell you, when Michael created this package, I talk about unbinding. I mean, now nobody's got to create their own coat of arms. We create it for them. We find your family crest. It's always good to have a coat of arms, folks. It separates the living from the dead. So this is imperative. So Michael and I said, what the hell? In for a penny, in for a pound. We'll create the package. Everybody gets the same package, so everybody can operate when they come to class and get their learn on in exponential, quick time order, in real time. Because we do our private calls, folks, and that's why it's for private members. That's why I decided to leave John Thursday night open, free seats. But for those coming to class without their package, they'll just have to glean the concepts, but they won't be seeing the documents. So I'm going to leave it open until the end of the month. So the next Thursday calls, they can come sit at the seats, but if they don't have the package, they're going to have difficulty following the bouncing ball.
Yes, it's like anything, like trying to go to a university class.
Yes, without your books, you're not doing anything,
Yeah.
It's amazing, John, when I started the curriculum the first time when we were over at, when I was over at Blog Talk with Diatra, that I tried getting everybody to come to class for the curriculum, go pick up their books. I set up the attachments over on the page. Here's the 8-week curriculum. Click on the link. And I couldn't hardly get, I don't think I could barely get 5 or 10 people a week to come get their books and papers. I mean, here I was, and I had, I think, a 30,000 plus, 40,000 plus audience, and I was lucky if I could get 5 or 10. I mean, that's folks, don't fall back asleep. It's time to awake. It's time to move forward. If you want to relieve yourself of the pain, then you got to come over to the house. Anyways, but I'm really excited because Brother Michael has done the heavy lift, and we'll be adding to this package, folks. Yep, and it will be nothing extra because we love our brothers and sisters, and we want to get them out all the way in the correct fashion so they can operate as real men and women and do what they were meant to be, live life on purpose.
That's right. Live life so we can get back to the spiritual part of our journey here. So we're not having to worry about all this nonsense, basically. These distractions of finding out who we really are. And that's where it really comes down to, doesn't it, Peter?
Yep.
What they really don't want us finding out.
Yeah, well, brother, I'll tell you what. We're the only site I know that pulls back the curtain so far, so fast that it makes most of people's heads spin. And for those that aren't ready, they go into cognitive dissonance. That means denial, folks, because it's just they can't believe they got lied to like this. Folks, I was going through a little bit of cognitive dissonance when I was finding out all this garbage. I couldn't believe it myself, and I said, really?
I remember that day beautifully. I could almost feel myself snap when I found out a piece of information, and I was just like, are you serious? This is it is. It is a complete shattering of your illusion of, because inherently most people are good, and most people, think other people are good. But the problem is most people who want power and want to control and want to dominate and want to do all this kind of stuff are not so, good most of the time, right? Don't get me wrong, there are some industries out there that are doing good, but the majority of them, well, come on, we all know, it's second nature to know that these guys are up to no good, right? That they just care about the bottom line in this fiat currency money system that is basically meaningless. We've all fell for this illusion. Yeah,
well, it's all right. We're gonna. That's when we. Folks, there's a big bridge you're gonna have to get over, but you can. It's not gonna be a big bridge. By the time you get over the little bridges, it will seem like nothing because you'll have the capacity, the ability to operate with the skill and acumen of the master of your own domain, and that's having dominion of oneself. I know it's foreign to most of you, but. You know what? If you're ready for the shift, come over. It's time to go. Like I say, John, I have hundreds and hundreds of sitting in the free seats. They're going to be in for a rude awakening on August 1st. I'm sad to say, because I've given them opportunities. We send, you see how many email blasts we do. Some would whine about all the email blasts, and we just, we'll just take you out the list. We can do that. See, because they weren't ready to even wake up, and they were feeling like we were binding them up with an email blast. So, it's going to be hundreds and hundreds, like I say, coming to ground, to a standstill when they try and click on and get into the site. But we're giving plenty of warning. Are we not? I'm talking about here at Blog Talk, what's going down. We're sending it on every email. If you've seen today's email, we're shutting the door by the 31st. If you're not in, you're out. It's really that easy because I don't have time to babysit anymore, John. I'm not your daddy. I'm not anybody's daddy. Hey, folks, we got to be our own daddy. Right now, the state's your daddy, and we're going to help you get past that. That's right. The government and the states, the courts, like I say, they're just trying to make you a man, trying to make you a woman. They're trying to make you take responsibility for yourself, or they will step you with their heel, and they'll crush you down until you decide enough is enough. Is there another way? Is there a better way? This doesn't make sense to me. Definitely a better way. And matter of fact, I was talking with Brother Robert from Australia. He's a good brother. We're going to be getting together and spending an hour in the seats on Friday. And I can have him help give me some direction of flow so that I can get my Australian brothers on board to start rescinding these voter contracts and removing themselves from their ATO liability so they can remove the presumptions on all past mistakes they made on their tax forms. So I'm bringing my Australian brothers home. So what I just need is a little help. They just need to find me the corresponding parallels with what we're using on our documents, and we'll structure them accordingly to be able to be used as a live man, just like us. And so because it does all go up the same food chain, doesn't it, Peter? It all goes to the same people, basically. Right. When it gets up. Yeah, and that's a nice part about brother. There are no borders at Privatis.Me.
That's right.
Where it's
enough of the separation.
Right, exactly, and that's what they want. They don't want us talking to other countries like Canada, UK, Australia. They want us. They want my brothers and sisters to be binding. They don't want us sharing information. But I can't do it in the public, but I can sure as hell do it in the private, and that's the upside of being a full member. My brother Robert's been a full member since the beginning, and I'm fixing to take him to ground. I'm going to show him where the big bridge is.
There you go.
And because hey, brother, they've been showing us the love. My Robert and a couple others, Gordon and the other Robert, brother Robert Halford. Hey, brother, hey, how's it going? Anyways, I know they listen to the calls, John. So I'm sharing the love from across the pond because these are my brothers, and they are getting their asses handed to them. It's dictatorial bullshit over there in Aussie land. They have no love for their brothers, these crooks over there. So we're going to fix this. We're going to fix it together. And hey, we're going to have special calls, John. Like I say, I'm going to have like housewarming calls with my brothers from all over the world, and we're going to be I'm going to be setting up something once a week for us all to compare notes. I love comparing notes, John. That's how I get my memos, you know.
Excellent.
What do you think about all that?
That's how we do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
We are what they call information junkies. This is what gets our goat. This is what we want to know. This is, if I'm not learning something new every day, I'm wasting my time, basically. There's so much to absorb and so much to take in. And this is what we've done, and we're very good at simplifying.
Right. Well,
getting all this complicated and simplifying out, because I'm just an ordinary guy here. I like to read, I like to learn a lot and stuff like that. But I started just like everyone else. I went through all the education systems. I ate all the crap food, everything else. I get the vaccines, the works.
Yeah.
I used the fluorinated toothpaste. I was just like everybody else.
But you still had some synapses in the brain going on.
Still synapses in the brain, exactly. And with a little information, started coming forward and started learning and started cleaning up the system. And it's amazing how clear your thinking becomes, how much better your body starts operating. All these little things. I feel better now than I did 10 years ago. Which is interesting because I was, a young man at that time. No creaks in the bones, no aches and pains, nothing like that. And like I say, clear thinking. I don't know how to describe that, but it's almost like a lifting of a fog.
Right. Oh yeah, because I was in brain fog from the aspartame. That Diet Coke I was sucking down. Yeah. Hey folks, we post a boatload of stuff over on the Facebook page. It's a beautiful Facebook page. I show you stuff about the IRS, proofs, documents, information. Come on over. That water's fine. You're going to find so much good stuff, it'll choke a billy goat. It's all good. John, is it getting break time or what?
It is. Would you like to go to break?
Hey, folks, guess what? Hopefully we can figure this out. We don't crash and burn because we're running the board. It's scary. They let us actually touch the technology. I'm a little nervous right now. My pilot, if he crashes and burns me, I'm going to have an aneurysm.
I think we'll make her back.
Anyways, folks, brother, after the break, I got something I want to share that I posted in your box. I want to read. It's beautiful. It's direction of flow. It's how we operate. And, hey, folks, you go do what you do on break. We'll be right back.
Excellent.
You're listening to In the Spirit of Things on I Am Free Will Radio. Join us on our Blog Talk radio station every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday night, live from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. To find all the links we mention on the show and to stay up to date about when we go live on BTR, make sure you connect with us on our social sites. Follow us on Twitter at handle Privatis.Me. You can also friend us, like us, or join our open group on Facebook by searching Privatis.Me or by clicking on the Facebook icon on our homepage. It's really that simple.
Hey, folks, welcome back to In the Spirit of Things. And, hey, we're to get our mind right tonight. We're going to do I'm going to parallel and segue, John, into something I sent you this morning. When my heavy lifter comes back, Andrea, she'll be able to post this stuff. It's a beautiful read, as well as all the other things I'm putting on, like the Karen Hughes interview on June 21st. About what's really going on in the banking system. She uncovers it in sort of like a whistleblower, folks. They don't want us seeing this. It's not posted over at Facebook page, but it'll get done when we get done. Anyways, John, I want to segue into this is by Susan Harper Todd. She's a contributing writer for Wake Up World, folks. This is beautiful. This is where we're going. This is our direction of flow. So I wanted to share some parallels with everybody tonight, so they can get on this beautiful train ride. And it's not a train wreck. The train wreck has already been wrecked, folks, and it's wrecking every day. And that's the other side that I'm trying to move everybody away from. Anyways, we are moving into a new era, one in which we are remembering who we really are, that we are unlimited beings, that we are magnetic beings, and it's time to start realizing this and living from this point of awareness. We are not simply bodies, folks. We are energy through and through, the same energy as everything we see around us, and I mean everything. Hard as though that the concept may be to grasp, so if you do find it hard to grasp, don't try to analyze it. Just take it as read. Anyways, and know that it's time to stop living in your head. That's where everybody's dead, John, and in your mind. And that's that it's time to start living from the heart. John, have I been trying to parallel this heart thing for a while now?
Well, exactly. And that gets into the left brain, right brain type mentality as well.
Yep. Being guided by your feelings, folks. We have these paradigms, these feelings. Okay, I'm going to just read the article and we'll digest it from there. Being guided by your feelings, your intuition, your inner knowing, that is where your power resides. That is where you reside, the all-knowing you. Your heart space is your control center. Let the focus of your awareness be there, rather than in your mind. This is where the true you resides, the truth of who you really are. Sometimes, often there are things that your mind cannot understand, but your heart gets them, and these things flow into and are assimilated by your heart. These are things that you have an intuitive understanding of that you cannot put into words. Words are limiting. We often cannot express what we feel because there are no words. And I know that that feeling, that intense feeling of emotion, when you are overwhelmed with love, joy, amazement, or gratitude at something that has occurred.
We go through that quite a bit, don't we, Peter?
Yeah, I'm not supposed to get emotional. I wasn't trying to. Yeah, folks, this is what happens when you have a heart. Yeah, you get things. Anyways, let me move forward. Your heart space is your control center. Let the focus of your awareness be there, rather in your mind. This is where the true you resides, the truth of who you really are. I'm having a problem. Anyway,
you got it, brother. You got it.
All right, I can do this. I'm heavy lifting.
Get hard, brother. Get hard.
All right, I'm being a Marine. All right. And these things, these things flow into and are assimilated by your heart. These are the things that you have an intuitive understanding of that you cannot put into words. Like I said, words are limiting. We often cannot express what we feel because there are no words. And I know you know that feeling, that intense feeling of emotion when you are overwhelmed with joy, amazement, gratitude at something that has occurred. This is often when we cry or laugh or jump up and down to express ourselves because words are not sufficient. Your heart space holds your inner wisdom. When you have that overwhelming feeling of joy, love, gratitude, or happiness, and happiness is probably all of those things combined, the feeling is so intense that it infuses your whole body, doesn't it? You can feel it infusing every cell, every molecule, and it lights you up like a lighthouse. You are overflowing with this incredible feeling, which translates into light energy. As you are filled with this light, so you are beaming. It is you beaming it out like a lighthouse. And as these waves of light energy beam out from you, they are magnetically drawing in more of the same in unlimited amounts. Holy shit, that's what I'm getting. My goodness. Anyways, folks, it's a flow of energy, a circular flow. The more light you emit, the more you draw in. The more you draw in, the more you emit. This is the flow of life. It's energy. It's us. The energy of our feelings is emitted from us on a particular frequency or vibration, like a radio frequency, with each type of feeling, happy, sad, angry, etc., being a different frequency. Because we are magnetic, and John, how many times have I talked about being magnetic, about getting your salt, the proper salt, Celtic salt, to get the electromagnetic flow of the cellular infrastructure actually communicating with each other, because we are electric. Right down to
electromagnetic, exactly. Completely.
Right to the core of the heart. That sino-atrial node. That's your electronic ticker, folks. That's why people have to go get pacemakers, because theirs wears out when they basically poison the body. Anyways, onward. Let's see. Because we are
being you're at that being a different frequency.
Okay.
For happy, sad, and angry, etc.
All right.
Because we are magnetic, we draw to us things that are the same frequency or vibration as the one we are emitting, which is why feeling good is so important. You see where we're at now?
No, I lost my way.
Okay.
Okay, I got it. Yep.
Okay.
Which is why feeling good is so important. Right. Anyways, when you feel good, then you are emitting the feel-good vibration and will magnetically attract to you things that are the same frequency, i.e. more things to make you feel good. And, of course, the same thing happens when you don't feel good. Those feelings magnetically attract more things on the not feeling good, lower frequency, 3D low drag. Anyways, which is why you can get stuck in a rut and why just changing your thoughts can change your life. Be in your heart, not in your mind. We are brought up and educated to believe that the mind is everything, that our mind controls us, when in fact the mind knows nothing about what is good for us emotionally or physically. The mind is a tool for us to use, but it has no idea what makes us happy. We can only know that by noticing the way we feel in response to people, things, experiences. It is our feelings that tell us what makes us happy and what is good for us. And those things that make us feel good are telling us about who we really are, which is what we are here to experience. Except many have forgotten this. So let's now start remembering, folks, that we are energy and start paying attention to our feelings, living from the heart and being who we are and who we were born to be, for that is where our true freedom resides. John, I had a post this morning. It blew me away.
Yeah, no, beautiful. You know, that touches on everything that we believe in, and it touches on the synchronicities and the creation of our flow and our energy, and what we put out there is what comes back. You know, even when the negative comes out, if we keep that positive, it will shatter the negative. It will, negative plants its own seed of destruction. And, by using the positive, it's very strong. It's much more positive than any negative.
Oh, yeah, brother, I'm an excitable boy. I do get excited, but the love bomb is done blowed up. Like I say, I'm really excited for where we're going. I see this beautiful house that's the structure is the foundation is poured, the walls are up, the roof is on, and now it's time for everybody to come in. It's time to come out of the rain, my brothers and sisters, because you're going to get the love over there. You're not only going to get your education, you're going to get your love. We're going to share with you our hearts. We will show you the real us. This is what we were born to be. This is what we were meant to be. We forgot who we are. We forgot how to be love and show the love. We have capacity beyond our overstanding, John, and this is like I say, I'm so excited on the shift. And, folks, I always talk about the shift. That's SHIFT, because we are shifting. I've been shifting for a year, and now John, it's like every day it's resonating. The pace is unparalleled to nothing else I've ever seen. And
this is why the forces that be and the nefarious ones are so scared of the positive, and the peace and love, because it does, we're moving through, some people talk about parallel dimensions and all this kind of stuff. Well, we're actually moving through trillions of parallel dimensions every second. And where our heart is will pull us to those specific realities, because everything possible can and does exist. I could jump out of my chair and jump off my wall right now. That would be a different reality I transported myself to instantly. I could, so many infinite amount of things that I could do. Well, that's the thing. With our intention and with our thoughts and with our actions being our little quantum machines on the top of our shoulders, we can actually teleport, because we are every moment of the day, into these realities of positivity, into these realities of synchronicities and all these kind of things. You do see it manifest every day. This is, one of the great things I loved about Bill Donahue. He's telling you the real secrets why this works.
Yep.
Who the I am really is.
Yeah, he talks about right-mindedness, right brain. Yeah, John, when I fell and tripped over the damn cat, it was dark. I banged my head so damn hard, and it's all of a sudden, I was at a new elevation. Folks, you can't make this crap up. John, everything I think, and then I speak it, it's like... It happens. It's happening. It's happening at light speed.
Oh, it becomes freaky after a while, doesn't it, Peter?
Yeah. Like Michelle was saying, "Hey, welcome to your new normal."
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like the omniverse, I like to call it. It's like when it recognizes that you recognize the game, it rewards you. It definitely puts everything you need in your path exactly when you need it to give you absolutely extraordinary experiences, things that you couldn't write a book any better for the things that I've seen and things that have happened and things that even we've pulled off and all this kind of stuff. It's just extraordinary, isn't it?
You've been on this ride with Brother Peter for 4 or 5 months, about 5 months now. I mean, dude. This train has taken a whole new direction of flow. The energy has.
We're actually closer to about 7-8 months, Peter, because we were getting to know each other a little bit in Syracuse,
right?
Syracuse as well before we even became close family at Privatis. So we've had quite a history now.
Well, brother, it was all about the love, and I said, hey, my brother John is not leaving my house because I had to shine the flashlight, and I always said I was going to walk him through to the other side. Did I stand fast and do what I said I was going to do, brother?
Did you ever, brother? You did. You were there right from the beginning. And for any of the new listeners that are listening to the call tonight, we went through quite a ordeal with a. CPS before we realized the type of power that we had. When CPS thought we were basically a cult family who didn't vaccinate our children, who didn't want to feed them their lunch programs and fluoride and milk programs and all this kind of stuff. And, we were evil parents, that were basically bringing forth information about polio vaccines, that they're raising, this money for the schools, and they're sending these kids out to raise this money to poison children in Africa and all this kind of stuff. And, So, I got targeted. I had a full-blown CPS come to my house. They stole my children for over 4 months. They wanted to take them permanently. They wanted to make an example of me. How dare I buck the system? And this is before, I was still in the system. I was still a citizen of Canada, and I was still learning. Mm-hmm. And with Pete and Michael and Carl and Greg and so many others came forward, and we all worked together diligently for months and months and months and figured out this game and figured out our power and figured out the power was in the common law, was in the private, was with notices and with all this kind of stuff and due diligence and knowing who you are. And it got to the point where these guys wanted not only not to take our children, they wanted to get them back to us as fast as possible. They did not want anything to do with us anymore. They didn't want us in their courtrooms anymore, speaking the truth, how we spoke and how we handled ourselves in court. We had judges, 3 judges recused themselves. We had 2 attorneys recuse themselves. No one wanted to deal with us.
Run, rabbit, run.
We were sending notices to all these guys. We were sending notices to head judges, all this kind of, in common law, basically letting them know that we have been trespassed against, we have been aggrieved, that they are wrongdoers. And we kept it all in the private as the man. And, once they saw that claims are going through court, once we had set up the foundation with our paperwork, with all our notices and stuff, they knew we were serious and the claims were coming, and they wanted nothing more to do with it.
Well, and let's touch on that. The irony is, even almost to the end, though, it was Tricks is for Kids hour until you got one on the stand, and I love what you said when you told me, you said, tomorrow I'll be more prepared, so bring them all. And they said, this guy's not screwing around. Jacinta sliced and diced the first one like nobody's business.
Yes, they tried all kinds of, and this is the type of things that they do. They tried all kinds of tactics to keep us in their statute court. The proper claim was, why are they trying to administrate our property? Why have they stolen and robbed us of our property? And that's it, period. I don't care why you went into my yard and stole my truck. you had no right to do it, and this is where I was coming from, and that is common law. They were coming from statutes and codes, and, we've had complaints and all this kind of stuff, and, I wouldn't accept full disclosures, and when they did want to drag me into their courtroom to go against there's 20 so-called witnesses, after their first witness, after asking how she has the right to administer our property, and basically destroyed her on the stand and made them look as foolishly stupid as they are, to be quite frank, because most people have no idea what we're bringing forward on these blog talk radio shows, and about what's going on in our governments, and what's going on in our pharmaceuticals, what's going on in our food, and all this kind of stuff. So we basically shredded their first out of 20 witnesses, and the rest of them didn't want anything else to do with us, because we were not scared in their courtrooms. We were not frightened in their courtrooms. We did not look at the judge as a superior entity to us.
That's it.
He was just a man in a robe, which kind of diminishes the status to me.
But, you know what I call him, the black dress. Hey, John, well, here's folks, here's your parallel. See, that guy in the black dress, he's practicing necromancy. He's bringing people from the dead. You're operating from a dead man's zone, and you didn't know it. But that's all right. See, you're going to learn all this at Privatis.Me when you come in the house. You're going to have an education unparalleled to none. You will be the master of your own domain. So all you got to do is make an effort and come in, and if you have the will, your free will, go figure, John, and you just bring your free will, and I'll show you the rest. We'll beat a path, but this is what, folks. This is where, like I say, we're all on this trek together, but we're not separated. We're together. Look at that's what I'm talking about. When we come over to Privatis.Me, the house, it's going to be the love bomb. Like I say, John, I'm going to set up a special call, and starting in August, we'll be doing a special meet and greet members type thing, where I want all my fully paid members to come meet so we can share life experience, share the love, and this is where we're supposed to be, folks. So, I've been looking, I've been searching so long to find an answer. Well, John, I found the answer, and the answer lies within all of us, and we get to go compare notes and share the love. So we're moving this ship of state to ground. Like I say, I love to go to ground because everything's electromagnetic. Anyways, folks, you're going to learn stuff you never thought possible. You are in for the treat and the ride of your life, and it's just going to get a whole hell of a lot better because I have piles of right-minded people sitting at the same buffet table. We're going to be enjoying this buffet from the tree of truth and knowledge on a whole different level. But it's only for the full members. And I've done jobs on all my heavy lifting I'm going to do in the public. The public is over. I don't belong in the public. I belong totally in the private, and I'm going to give my members my time. They're going to know. Of course, they're not going to be able to ask me 5,000 questions. What they got to do is get their mind right, come in, get their books and papers, and come to class. But you will have an exponential learning curve unparalleled to none. I guarantee it. Folks,
Peter, I learned it, in a few months, under extreme amount of pressure.
Oh, yes.
I walked in their dungeons, basically, and stood my ground and saw the games and the tricks and the intimidation tactics, and I've seen the complete 180, when they start realizing that this one knows who he is, and this one's not going to back down, and this one's not going to contract with us, and our bluffs are not going to work, and their statute courts aren't working, and he keeps on trying to bring in forth common law and coming at us with his own court case and filing a claim and all this kind of stuff. It's a completely different ball game. You have no power in their courtrooms. If someone brings a complaint against you and you go defend against that, that's no good. You've already lost, and this is what I did for the first few months, didn't I, Peter? I tried to go against their courtrooms and learning, and still as a living beneficiary and all this kind of stuff. Still part of the Divine Province, and supposedly diplomatic immunity and all this. And no, it wasn't any of that did it. It was notices, and it was calling in the common law. and filing my own claim, my own case against them of trespass, having nothing to do with their case. Forget their complaint. Forget the reason why they stole from you. You know, a claim out exceeds a complaint. And
because the children are the complainers, defendants, and the man does the claim.
That's right, exactly.
And these are the concepts people will learn and internalize and get. Folks, we're going to teach you how to stay out of their courts as well. So
that's the other thing we learned at the end of it. Stay out of their courts, send your notices, and get to the point where, without these. The thing was too, we were still playing in kind of dead man's land and live man's land. We hadn't done all the removing of the assumptions that Privatis is providing now. We hadn't done all that stuff. So, but. So it made it very hard for us to,
because you were straddling the other side of the fence as well.
Exactly, but it was so dangerous for them, even though I was still on that side. And that's what we're trying to tell you people. Even though I didn't do the removal of the assumptions, which would have made it so much easier, I would have been instantly out of their system. They would have done a check, and it would have been done. They're so scared of the common law and being out of their system and not consenting. Even these contracts that they tried with all the courts, that's also consenting. Even though
filing motions, all that stuff is folks. That's traversing. They call it traversing. And anyways, you're going to get knowledgeable above all. Hey, folks. Like I say, I don't want you to learn. My objective is not to have anybody really even learn the common law, but yet Brother Johnny is going to do a heavy lifting class.
And I have to be careful with that, too, because a lot of people say common law, and I want to make that clear. What I mean to say is law common to me and my community is what that means. When I bring forth a courtroom, there's no set rules of common law. It is laws common to me because that is now my courtroom. And after my notices and what I say my law is, and if I'm still trespassed by these wrongdoers, then I'm just using that judge as a witness to show that I've been trespassed against, and now I want my remedy.
And that's all he can do is mediate that. He's a mediator, but when they get you in dead man's hand, dead man's land,
it's a whole different ball.
Right, because you give over, they ask you your fiction name, you complete the circuit going to ground for them by answering up to the charge, and therein lies your traversal, and that's called drafting you for performance, folks. If you don't know what that means, I've covered that over on my. I still got my 2-hour bond talk over there at on my audios page from I think it was the 6th of December. I cover what happens when you walk in and how it works.
Exactly, and you're completely right about what you're saying about you're liking it to make it so your members don't even have to know about law common to yourself or any of that stuff because all the assumptions were removed. For them, it's going to be a matter of a data check, and it's we can't deal with this guy. They already know you're a man.
Right, and that's the beauty of what we're doing, folks, with these our process, our documents. We're unconsenting, and now you are irrevocably removing the presumption, and it doesn't go out in the regular mail, folks. This is registered, and we're also setting up for all our members a repository for all these public notices, because they are notices, and they basically they'll have total clarity now. They'll have no plausible deniability. Anyways, folks, this is so damn simple. This is why I say don't be afraid of it. Come on in. Hey, if I can learn it, and I was with my Marine brothers for 8 years, and they sort of rubbed off on me a little bit.
Well, Peter, if me and my wife could learn it under the extreme pressure we were under with 4 hours of sleep a day for 4 months, learning this stuff steady, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I wish they could learn it in the comfort of their living room, now while they have the chance.
Right, folks. It's always better to get your game on and start removing these presumptions before the bear's on your doorstep.
That's right.
I still get emails, I got a mortgage thingy, blah, blah, blah. You know what, too bad, so sad. Come to the house and get your game on because you got to start from point zero. I will not take you any other way. You are not doing, you can't go to point Z if you haven't gone to point A. So I'm going to take you down the proper path.
Because there's no point, and that's the thing. If they come in with the half information, you have to understand you're playing with the lion, and if you don't know how to shoot that lion properly right away, he's going to take your head off.
Yep. And McGill Gorilla is going to rip your arms off and beat you with them. And I'll let you know when you've had enough. Anyways, hey, we're having fun tonight, John. Like I say, the energy is beautiful here tonight. It's the Peter's rantometer is done. No more ranting, folks. I'm just going to share the love, and I'm going to bring you over to my house. You got to come to my house because there's no other place to be. And then you get to what, folks? You get to break the chains that bind, and you get to teach it to your next generation if you have one, like your children. My children will be schooled. Even though they don't see it coming yet, John, I'm going to make sure they're schooled from Daddy, because Daddy is the man, and he's going to be
exactly, and they're being schooled right now, just listening in the background. Everyone thinks that Daddy doesn't know anything until they get a little older, and it's like, oh, Daddy knew it all, and that stuff's just subconsciously going to be in their head when they need it. Don't you?
Yeah, I was talking to one of my daughter's girls. She's going to college, and brother, in like 10 minutes, I just puked all over her some information, and she was like, what? Really? And I said, yeah. I said, yeah, you need to go check out my website and get your mind right. I said, yeah, everything what you belief system has been falsely propagated on your mind. And I was just basically telling her about some of the systems, how it works, and she was amazed at what I puked on her. Anyway, speaking of puking, I think it's time for a break.
A little puke break, all right.
Hey, folks,
do
you go do what you do and take a break. We'll be back. Hey, we're sliding into the next hour. We'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Thank you, John.
VerdictProductions.com, providing high-quality visual appeal for websites, videos, custom designs, and animation. We can design custom logos, animated images, banners and ads for your website, and even t-shirt designs. Have a video project you want to put on YouTube? Our professional video software will have you up on the web in no time. Visit VerdictProductions.com today and send us your project for a free quote. Lowest prices on the net guaranteed.
You're listening to In the Spirit of Things on I Am Free Will Radio. Join us on our Blog Talk radio station every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday night, live from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. To find all the links we mention on the show and to stay up to date about when we go live on BTR, make sure you connect with us on our social site. Follow us on Twitter at handle Privatis.Me. You can also friend us, like us, or join our open group on Facebook by searching Privatis.Me or by clicking on the Facebook icon on our homepage. It's really that simple.
Live.
All right, hey folks, welcome back to In the Spirit of Things. We're on the downhill slide. Anyways, John, my brother from Australia, he always Skypes me, and he gets to listen to us at work. He takes the postings, our blog. I guess they're gonna end up missing him, but hey, if they come over to the house, they can hear Peter over there. So that's where they're gonna be getting a good seat, because we tape everything over there too. So. That's where they get the accelerated learn course. It's going to be great. Because I'm going into heavy lift mode, brother, and I'm ready. But the energy is going to be totally different. Like I say, removing from the public. But this is what Brother Robert wrote. He says, heard the talk last night. Excellent. You mentioned our family. You have the heart of a lion, and you and your team do all do. You're all quite achievers who all filter through the BS real quick. He goes, I love it. You can just let me know which Friday, yours or mine, and I'll be there. Also, yesterday I received my post-return slip from the Vatican, so they have my second letter. Anyways, that's something they've got going on. See, brother, I got my thumbs in so many different pies on what's going down in the world, bringing it together. This is we're slicing through everything at the speed of sound. It's all coming through Peter's house and in through the right door.
Exactly. No eagles at this house.
None, brother. I don't want to run nothing, folks. I'm in charge of nothing. I'm just Peter. I'm your brother.
Exactly. We're just all trying to figure this all out together, and we just happen to, have that great magnetic energy that seems to pull in some of the greatest minds on these topics, on how to be free, and guys that have sacrificed and worked and slaved and figured out these little morsels here and there. And Privatis, we put the picture together. We put all the puzzles together and provide on basically a silver platter.
Yep, right. And for those that ain't getting it, and like I say, some people say, oh, you went up to twice the amount, but we put twice the energy in creating a package so you wouldn't have to do it yourself. So folks.
Well, I'm pretty sure when it was 120, you only had the one package, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the third-party debt termination is what we started with, and then Michael built from there. Michael is the superstructure of the structure. He's the man. He is so focused. He's a laser beam. The guy's killing me. Every day it's something new. Oh, hey, Pete, guess where we're going now? I mean, this guy, I don't know where it comes from.
Michael's the man.
Yeah, there you go. Good. That's my brother. I'll tell you what, I love my brother because he has been here. Brother, we've never had a foul word with each other once. I mean, I'm the ranter, and he's just so easygoing with me. You got to love a brother like that. Cause
I guess that's why you and I get along so well too, eh?
Yeah. Because I am sort of I can be an abrasive personality if you don't get me, but you get me. I never come across your house to hurt your heart or whatever, and if I did, I would be apologizing in 2 seconds flat and saying, hey, I made a mistake. Because my goal is never to hurt anybody's feelings, but I can be direct. You ask my daughters.
Politically incorrect, and we love you for it.
Yeah. Daddy don't mince words. You don't have to guess. Oh yeah, the boyfriends that come over, they know who Daddy is, and I am the daddy on this one. Yeah. Oh, and look at his arms. Holy crap, this guy's got arms bigger than my legs, and he'd probably break me like a twig. I get nothing but respect, brother. It's a beautiful thing, yeah. Because you know what? These are my daughters. Those are my hearts.
That's right. That's right. People don't realize, until they have their own flesh and blood heirs. The where your heart goes, they hold it in the palm of their hand, don't they?
Yep. I'm the gatekeeper, and you got to get through this gate. And I'll tell you what, it's an unsurmountable gate. Like I say, the gentlemen are gentlemen when they come because. Daddy, he just doesn't mince words. He doesn't take no stuff. Yeah, my younger daughter's boyfriend, I was telling him about my excellent surgical skills in the Navy. I asked him if he knew what a frontier vasectomy was. He's just looking at me all wide-eyed, and he got the memo. He knew where I was coming from. My daughter's just rolling her eyes, saying, "Damn it, Daddy, you're killing him." No, I will be killing him. They won't find the body parts if he steps over the wrong line. I don't care if you're giving it up. You ain't giving it up because he ain't taking it.
You would have made a great sitcom.
Yeah, but what would you have called it?
Just Pete.
Oh, yes. Yes. McGilla Gorilla goes nuts. I love it. Hey, we're having fun tonight, brother. This is the most relaxed I've been on a blog talk show since we started because I'm exiting one door and going to the next beautiful door.
Exactly. Well, we've cut some trails and we've led some paths, and now we're ready to form our big community circle and start really hashing this stuff out. Get those who want to be on board, want to get out of the system, want to be in their full dominion, their full power, how to run their own estates. Yeah, excellent. I bet you're excited. I'd be excited to be, hanging out with all those like-minded as well, because few and far between definitely are, and that's why I always say, one Privatis member, is worth a million that are not awake.
Yep. Well, like I say, we are sifting through the wheat and the chaff, and I'm finding a lot of good wheat, and it's not genetically modified either.
Is it spelt?
Yeah, right. Anyway, did you say we had a caller in?
Well, we have callers. We got a bunch of callers listening. I don't see any hands up.
Okay, very good. That's fine. We'll let them sit.
Let me see here. The callers. Now that I said it, we've got one that just put their hand up, so they're quick and on the ball.
All right.
So we've got area code 807. If you'd like me to bring that call forward for you.
Sure.
Okay, one moment.
Hi,
807. You're live.
It's me.
Hey, how you doing?
Not too bad.
Michael.
I'm home anyway.
Hey, I am me too. We got a lot of me's here tonight. A lot of meism going on tonight.
It's Michael.
I am.
Yes.
Yeah, Michael up in Canada. Oh, hanging in there, Peter. I've been in touch with John there. I was in the Grey Bar Motel there a couple of days ago again.
Oh,
boy. Not attending court, even though I was standing there, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, right,
anyway.
right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you forgot to bring the defendant the first time, right?
Yeah, well, I guess, I forgot to bring whatever they wanted, that kind of thing. And anyway, long and the short of it, I was just in town there getting a few address changes done because they're starting to send stuff to my mom's place now, and just getting kind of stupid. But anyway,
well, let me share some love with you, brother. We got some love last night on Monday night's call, Sister Cookie. We don't no longer do undeliverables address, but you sure as hell can do unknown at this address and write it on the outside of the envelope, and you don't have to accept the accept the presentment, brother. It's look at the word presentment. They're trying to send you presents. So if you don't want a contract, you do have the right to write on that damn thing, unknown at this address, because you are the unknown, brother, because they think you're in dead man's land.
Yeah.
We just found that out a couple days ago. So, hey, folks, I just gave you a gold nugget. If you get crap from third-party bottom feeders and some of these other clowns who want to bind you up, you do not have to accept the offers. That's all they are, is offers. So you feel free to scribble on there, nice red color. I like to use red. Red sticks out really good. So unknown at this address.
So for our listeners and stuff, I'll give you a little background on Michael. Michael's been dealing with the course now. This is what, fourth appearance, Michael?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and three of those appearances, they've basically, they haven't put a plea in for Michael yet because Michael goes in there as the man each time. But like I was, Michael's still in the system. He still hasn't removed all presumptions like we're working on at the moment. So it's a bit of an uphill battle. He is trying to be in his capacity as a man to show these courts. He's been noticing these courts and been doing his due diligence, and now he's formed himself a good foundation. They have violated him with him saying that he's going to, put a claim against them for violating them with the monetary value as well. They've gone ahead and they've tried to intimidate him. They've, they take him out of court. They press no contempt charge on him, but yet they'll put him in jail for a night for not showing up.
They did the same thing to Brother Ted, but they did him 3 days and put him in a straitjacket, and he never gave over, though. He stood fast, because, folks, they will test you sometimes.
That's right.
It's part
and
of your
especially if you're on both sides. That's
right.
The thing. If you're on both sides without all assumptions being removed,
there you go.
It's much harder.
To stand your ground.
You have every right to be a man, but the assumption is still there that you are a citizen and they can do what they want with you. So at this point, until you do file a claim against them, you may have a hard time with them. So this is the next step that Michael has set up now. He's set up the point where he has a perfect claim of being trespassed against, of being harmed, of being a party to their fraud, that they're trying to drag him into. He's accepted none of their full disclosures and none of their paperwork and all this kind of stuff, and they're playing games with him to try to get him to traverse.
Tricks is for kids.
That's right.
Yeah.
Michael is standing as a man, and Michael's not a young man. He's being brave, and he's had enough. He's had enough of this tyranny. He's had enough of being told what to do, and he's another man that's walking the path for the rest of us. He's had enough, and he's trying to figure it out as well. And this is the thing. Some of these guys are quite nefarious, and some of these guys will push it, even though they know they're breaking laws.
Like I say,
they're so used to people traversing back and contracting back with a little intimidation that they're not used to guys like us who will go back again and again. Even though we've sent notices and stuff like that, it's just basically politeness to try to remedy the situation, as well as gathering evidence of their wrongdoing. Michael, you're in a good spot right now. You know what you need to do. You know who you're talking to and stuff like that, and your next steps.
We're not giving legal advice. We're just saying maybe what we might do, folks. We never give legal advice.
I don't even know what legal is.
Right. Cause that's constructive fraud. Anyways, the whole scam is one big constructive fraud.
I have no idea. I live in the private, and I'm a man. All I know is lawful remedy.
Anyways, brother, did I not send you a package earlier today, or were you the gentleman I sent a package to?
I don't think so, Peter. No.
Okay, maybe Brother, that's the problem when my world is so busy with so many in the front door. I forget who I dealt with.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
That's all right.
Well, one thing I wanted to bring up is I had sent, I got arrested by the provincial cops and then a week later by the municipal cops, and I ended up with a dozen tickets and 2 charges. So I'm trying to deal with the charges in the court, kind of thing. But the tickets, I had sent them all back and said, basically back to the provincial prosecutor, saying that as far as I was concerned, this had been issued to me by mistake. The officers involved assumed that I was driving, as an agent or whatever, and I was actually traveling as a private being. And I sent them back because I didn't want to have to file claims of false claims against me, kind of thing.
Right.
And basically, it looks like what they've done in the last day or so, according to a friend of mine who was in court with me, they were going to step up everything, and what they've done, it looks like they sent all 5 tickets, the provincial ones, to my mom, and then I got a package jammed in my door here way out in the country. Somebody trespassed on my property and put an envelope from the federal, I guess, guys now. Tickets,
it's called
I guess.
dirty
I'm not
service.
sure.
They're real good at dirty
I haven't
service.
opened anything up yet, but
no, exactly.
I don't know.
And don't you dare.
No, unknown at this address, bro.
That's right. Send it all
that's
back.
being truthful. Got to go back. You can't hold on to those presents.
And take a picture of it, send it back. Witness everything that you've sent back, and you know what you need to do. Anyway.
Yeah. Hey, matter of fact, yeah. Sister Cookie's flambeing. She's having a cookout with the bottom feeders down there in Florida. It's a good thing. She just sent me all her documents where she's unconsented on multiple levels, and they're going to get no joy, John. It's going to be a beautiful thing because, hey, we know who we are. It's beautiful. So, I mean, and
that's why I say, like, there's some guys out there, that say you can do both back and forth, and you can. But like I say, you're gonna have to do a lot more homework, and you're gonna have to know a lot more things. Whereas when you completely get rid of the citizen or legal person completely, there is no more assumption.
Right. And that's hey, brother, have you done your voter politic rescission document yet?
I've sent so many letters out, Peter, you would not believe. All of them have been ignored. I'm going to follow up, with I gave him 21 days and all that stuff.
No, you need to do your rescission documents on, like Michelle just did. Sister Michelle just did.
I did that too. Yeah, I did that too. Yeah.
There's your irrevocable proof. You have no business in their courts now because you're not part of the body politic. Let me share with you a trick they did. Michelle's busy and getting her place of domain ready. I was going to get her on the show, and maybe I will get her on Saturday. I'd like to get her on Saturday. Anyways, this is a Trick is for Kids hour. She went to the top of the pecking order, and we go to the local. Just like here, we have the county, wherever you reside. They want a resident. But then also we go to the Secretary of State. So that's how we shut down the from the top to the bottom, diffuse the circuit. And she did. And the people at the top of the pecking order, after she sent her notice, her rescission document, as the woman, they sent her another deal and said, hey, you need to show us 2 forms of ID because she used her thumbprint because that's her hand and seal. And they said, we don't know who you are, blah, blah, blah. Well, I said, like hell. I said, hey, Michelle, she talked to me. I said, it's Tricks is for Kids hour. I said, red box that son of a bitch. And, your offer to contract is hereby rescinded. She did that. Send it back, made another copy of her memo, her rescission document, and sent it right back to their chain of command so they get the memo. She resent the copy. And then a week later, brother, she talks to me and says, guess what I just got? And then she showed me, I guess, the 3 folks on high in the province, and that's a French province, Quebec, and they are really it's a socialist bent from hell over there. But it's ironic. When she stood fast, she didn't sign anything. She didn't traverse into a contract. She just removed the presumption, red boxed it, sent back their document because they wanted her to show 2 forms of government ID. They were trying to trick her to see if she knew who she was. Because if she would have shown the government forms of ID and signed their document, they would have gotten their joy. You see, they would have had a new contract. Because they were even saying on that document, we're just going to remove you from the active roles. They weren't even going to take her off the rolls. I said, bullshit. I said, we're not asking for permission, folks. We're not consenting. We're unconsenting. So, see, the tail...
And in your case, Michael, what they did is they just chose to ignore you. So what I would do is send another letter basically stating, politely demanding that you want a response back, verifying that you have been removed from their system because they are your public servant.
Yep.
And that leaves a claim open on them too. If they refuse 3 notices in a row that you want confirmation. So this is how this all
anyways, let me get to the rest of the deal. Brother, she got her joy when they sent the document back. I guess it was the 3 folks up on high that conferred together and said basically in that document in French that you are no longer a part of the body politic. You are hereby, in other words, it took the 3 wise men at the top of the pecking order to perform this task to remove her. She is removed, brother. She is out the damn system. And they signed it, wet ink signatures in blue, not black. Black is usually, they usually always sign their garbage in black. That's the dead man's hand. Nope, they signed it in blue. 3 separate signatures from them. Everything's done in 3s. It's all ecclesiastical. It's like the magic. Anyway, so very, very telling. She has the document, and hopefully we can download it for consumption so we can show our brothers and sisters what it looks like to get out of Mammon, because that was her starting point. And she's also dealing with a CRA issue, and she took care of removing those presumptions as well. So I have my right-minded brothers and sisters standing fast and not getting tricked, and that's basically what you're going to do. They're going to test us, though. They will test us.
Right. That's correct, and that's why you need your education. Because they will test you. They'll test you in different ways. They don't test you. It's not a standard form that they use to test you. They'll test you in all different ways, and one of them is ignoring your documents. And if they ignore them, send them another one because, like I say, everything's in 3s. And Michelle's lucky she got notification back in her second notice. And they're like, we know this chick knows exactly who she is, so we're not even going to bother messing around.
Right, well, she had tutelage from Brother Peter. It helps when you got McGill, a gorilla who knows how to play ball. And, hey, folks, you come over to my house, and that's what I'm saying, John. We're going in a new direction. We're going to have classes for these situations, these tricks. We're going to uncover all these stinking tricks and put them all to bed. So that's the beauty of, everybody's got to come through the Thursday night class. That's their beginner's class. But we're going to do, I'm going to do regular accelerated learning classes, and we're going to cover issues of the day and how to play. But first they need to go ahead and, like I say, do their ABC steps, and that's the only thing coming off my lips. Have you done A, B, and C yet? No. All right, well, let's do that first, and then we'll talk. Because if you got a mortgage issue, I'm not messing with it. I know how to mess with it, but we're not going to mess with it until you do what you're supposed to do. Because until you cut to the quick on removing the presumptions, you're part of the body politic. You're a slave on the plantation.
I had a question for you, Peter.
Yeah.
I heard from one fellow out in Manitoba there in an interview. He was talking about a situation he got into. He ended up faxing a letter to, and I can only guess because it wasn't really clear, but someone that was, or an office that was listed on the birth certificate, right? And basically he said that something to the effect that he was telling this office, or these officers, that the particular judge or the prosecutor was attacking the principal to the account. And according to him, one of the maxims of commerce is that if you attack the principal, then all commerce stops.
Right.
And basically what happened in the end is when he was brought into court just before he was released, there happened to be a number of, some heavy hitters from Ottawa that it looked like to him that they were ready to arrest the prosecutor for securities fraud.
Whoa!
Wow.
Isn't that special? Oh yeah,
So,
hey, folks. That's very interesting, brother.
Yeah, so, to me, it's like, you guys want to keep messing with the estate. Well, we'll expose, the game, and come and get your dog.
Yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Oh yeah, don't worry. Wait till we're moving at the speed of sound over at Privatis. It's going to get really interesting. We're going to be sharing some love on a whole different level, and it's so damn simple. It's like I say, Brother Michael and I are working on our international passport, because we'd love to have our international passport as in our proper status. And then when we go to give the DMV and the Secretary of State their heads up on the driver's permit or the driver's license, because it's a license, it was a hypothecation event, we'll be rescinding those signatures ab initio non pro tunc to the date of inception, severing that contract to travel. So, hey, folks, yeah, we're going down this road. We're going all the way down. So, hey, if you want to get over the bridges, you got to come over here. I mean, hey, I know I sound like I'm pushing a sales pitch, but it ain't no sales pitch, folks. It's reality. It's the truth. So if you don't like being encumbered, get the hell off the plantation. Come over to my house, and I'll show you how. Because we're going there. Mm-hmm. We're going all the way.
Yeah, we got some great, exciting things coming forward, Michael. So you hold fast, and this you're standing in the breach, and we've done it as well. So you're with your brothers here, and this will work out. There is remedy, and that's the great thing about these guys. They're so bad and so don't care what they do. That's what's going to happen. People are going to find out other ways to remedy this stuff.
Right. Well, like I say, we ain't going to argue. We're just going to cut the wheat and the chaff and remove presumptions and bind them up by their acts, because they're just a bunch of bad actors. Anyways, speaking of bad actors, John, it's time for a break.
It is time for a break, and area code 513. We'll take you after the break, so hold on there.
Thank you, brother. We'll catch you on the rebound. The other one.
Take care, Michael.
Yep. Thank you, Michael.
You too. Take care.
Good sharing. All right. Very good, folks. Go do what you do on break, and we're on the downhill slide. We'll be right back.
Thanks.
Thank you, John.
Privatis.Me. No longer do we need to hire lawyers, worry about past debt, or count on doctors to fix our health problems. Privatis.Me. Specializing in real education about the legal system, administratively eliminating your past debt, and teaching you simple, natural ways to restore your health. Join today for free. Learn how to live in private and allow yourself to overcome and stop living in fear. Become a paid member and receive your custom debt termination package for free with your own seals and coat of arms. Privatis.me. Privatis.me. Take a walk on the private side.
Very good. Hey, folks, welcome back to In the Spirit of Things. We want to share the love tonight, so we're going to let callers on through. Bring it on, John.
All right, excellent. Next area code is 513. Caller, you are now unmuted. 513.
Hi, Peter and John. How's it going?
Very good. Very good, brother. You feel the energy, brother? Can you feel it from here?
Yes, I do. I see you're really on the plantation theme tonight.
Yes, well, it's all right. So we can get them off the damn plantation. They got to know that they're on it before they can get off, right?
Right. Well, I think that people don't know they're on the plantation because this happened 100 years ago. And there's a saying, the grandchildren of lies do not know that they are lies.
Yep.
That's right.
So you've got three generations of Social Security cards and those fictitious names on all the documents, and people just have never seen anything otherwise.
Yep, it's all they know. So how do they know that it's supposed to be different?
Well, I think the story you told me this morning about the fellow in Canada who got pulled over, and they looked at his documents and they said, nope, you're not on the plantation, have a nice day.
Yep.
That makes it pretty clear that there's two different types of standing that you can have. One is you can be a plantation slave and you are property of U.S. government or Canada Corp. The other is your
and so is all the property you think you own.
Yeah, they
and so is all the property you think you own.
Yeah, everything. And the understanding is you have private property, and unless you injure someone else, no one has a claim against you to take anything of yours.
Right. You got it.
Because dead entities,
the Kool-Aid.
Dead entities can't make claims, folks. That's the corporation. So once you're out, you get to go play ball in a different way. So this is Brother Barry for those that didn't get it. Brother Barry's tied to the hip with Peter. We confer on a regular basis. We're sharing the love.
Yes,
ain't swapping
Peter
no spit, but we're sharing the love.
Okay.
You ain't my type, brother. You ain't my type.
Nah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Peter and I are leaving the plantation, and I think a good way to describe it is there's a fence around you that you can't see, and it's the IRS tax code. It's 67,000 pages.
Yep.
The pages are written on the fence. You know, a board is just a piece of paper anyway, and a piece of paper is a board. You have to read the whole 67,000-page tax code, the fine print on all those miles of fence, and there's one little spot where it says, place thumb here and push gently. And when you place your thumb on that board and you press gently, the fence boards crack open, and the post to the right and the post to the left spin, and the gate opens up, and you can leave the plantation. It's so simple, it's stunning. But it's just one little spot. It's like a little black knot on a fence board where you just press with your thumb, and you're out. You're on the other side. You're kind of in a state of disbelief. And then you see all those slaves back there. The thing is, we cannot go back into the plantation and get a meeting together of 1,800 slaves.
Right.
Because now we're trespassing. We no longer have a worker ID to go onto the plantation. We're giving that up when we leave. So we will be able to cross the plantation on the Internet. We have a pass to cross across the plantation, but we cannot stop and talk to the slaves.
Yep.
So that's why Peter is saying you have got to come over the fence, over to the fence at least, to talk to us. We can't go back on the plantation, or we're violating our agreement with the neighboring plantation owner.
Yep. I love the analogy, brother. That's well put. And that's why, like I say, that's why Brother Peter is going into private mode totally. Because, basically I was, trying to educate the masses of what's really going on in front of them. But I'm about through with that, because now I want to concentrate on using my energy in a proper capacity to give everybody the nickel tour who's no longer on the plantation or who's looking to get off the plantation, but they have to come to the house. And if they don't come to the house and sit at one of my seats at the buffet table, they don't get the memos. And if they don't get the memos, they never get out from the plantation. So it's really that simple, folks. I'm making it really easy. I know my brother has seen my documents. He knows how we operate. We know it's ironic that you use pushing a thumb on the weakest point or finding that soft spot. It's ironic, brother, when we close the door and on consent, we're also using that right thumbprint, because a man is known by his hand and seal. Dead entity.
Well, I wasn't going to say that outright. That's why I said you just take your thumb and press on the right spot.
I love the analogy, brother. You brought it to ground. Hey, you just went to ground, brother, and I'm loving it. That's what we're doing.
It's just one little button in the IRS tax code. Place thumb here, and the gate opens up. It's just that magic. But we can't come back. You got to jump over the fence and come and talk to us on our private side, our private property. You're still going to be a slave when you jump over. So we cannot protect you. You're going to have to go back on the plantation and get your affairs in order with Master, and then come out the gate on your own. But we can talk to you while you jump over the fence and come and talk to us privately, but we cannot go back on the plantation. The Internet belongs to the Crown Corporation.
Yep.
We cross it, but we can't just post all kinds of stuff there that the slaves might see.
Right. It's like the public. This is why they moved the goalpost, brother. With CIC and those guys.
Pete, I'll be right back.
Go ahead, John. Yeah, the Winston Shrouts and all this. What happened, brother, is they came over to the public side, and it's almost like unfair competition to the master. You know what I'm saying? So this is why. So I'm trying to give everybody understanding why you got to come into the house, because if you don't come in, I can't do this in the public. They will beat my brakes off, and I know it because I'm doing an unfair competition, and not only that, then it would move the goalpost for everybody else. So,
we look for 30 years again to try and find it.
Right. So, folks, we're going to make this simple. So, you come over to my house, we banter and dialogue. I'm going to show you what I need to show you. You go do what you have to do, stand in who you are. And it's all about standing. It really is. And then you'll be able to move forward if you're ready to go. So it's going to take a minute, but it's not going to take a long minute because I've beat the path. It's wore out real good, and you'll have easy access to get directly through. And but it's that's why it's all about free will, brother. I can't do it for them. They have to do it for themselves. So I'm going to help them. I'm going to show them how to carry their own water buckets.
Yeah. I think it's a good trade-off. I think we got a really bad deal with this Social Security contract where we pledge our lives, we pledge our body, they can search us at the airport and probe us. This is a bad deal. When they first set it up, it's a Ponzi scheme. So when they first set it up, the first people to come in, they didn't really have to contribute very much. But now you're going to have to give everything. You're going to work in a FEMA camp to pay this debt, the plantation master's debt. So they're going to sell you down the river as a slave to get whatever value they can get out of you. And if you're unemployed or if you're someone young, if you're not really contributing the way they want you to contribute, you're going to be rounded up. You're put to work. Believe me, you'll be put in a prison or a prison camp and put to work.
Well,
so you don't want to be on their list.
I just read an article. There's 100 million people on the friggin' tit. Guess what? So now if Master wants you to go do something to get some of that tit, drink some of that milk, you're going to have to go do what he says because you came over for a benefit and a privilege. So of all those that are worried about their breadcrumbs, folks, don't worry about the breadcrumbs. I'm going to show you where the meal is. There's a real feast going on, but you'll never find out if you stand fast and do nothing. So, that's all I'm going to say on that, brother. I'm not going to show them. I'm not going to talk about the big bridge. I'm going to talk about the little bridges because then they can get to the big bridge. But if they don't come through the front door in private, then they'll never get out. They'll be standing fast, and they will. They will utilize them. It's ironic. It's I think it's J.P. Morgan Chase, or it's one. They're the food stamp program. Folks, they're giving you crumbs, and they're hypothecating to the tune of times 10. So if you're getting a $600 food stamp check, you showed that you couldn't carry your own water to be self-sufficient, and now they sort of got you binded up, but they're actually hypothecating it to the tune of about 10 times. Or I think it's up, I caught wind, I haven't found the specifics, but it might be up as high as 18 times. So they love everybody coming in for food stamps from Master.
Well, and who's to even keep them at that level, Peter? These guys are it's coming forward so much fraud and the money laundering and all this other kind of crap that's coming forward now. Who's to say they're not doing 100% hypothecation?
I know. Yeah, because we're not. We don't get to see the cooked books.
Exactly.
Well, they're allowed to do 40 times hypothecation under the current Federal Reserve ratio. So $2.50 goes for the slave. 97.5 goes to Master.
Wow.
And that's what they do now. So if you put $1,000 in the bank can hypothecate $39,000. Now they may not do it right away. There may be 2 levels of hypothecation, but the total hypothecation allowed is 97.5%. So if you go back prior to the staged financial crisis, where they had a 5% reserve ratio.
Right.
So $5 goes for the slave, $95 goes to Master. All they did is cut everyone's pay from $5 to $2.50, and that phased in between 2008 and probably 2016. So you see what it looks like is inflation, but really they're just taking 50% of your earnings away bit by bit through the banking.
Yeah, it's like all the judges and all those up in Congress, those whores of. Theirs goes up with the rate of inflation while everybody else stays stagnant or goes down. So they're basically they're meeting the inflation rate, you're not. So, I mean, hey, brother, I see people out here working for $10 an hour. Bro, I was making $10 an hour back in 1978, and some people think $10 an hour is good. Gas was 50 cents. Okay, folks, this is how inflation looks. Okay, this is a good math analogy. In 1970, I could buy a pack of cigarettes for 50 cents. I could buy a gallon of gas for 50 cents, and it was and I was making $10 an hour. Well, now it's $4 an hour. Well, let's say about $3.50 a gallon for gas. So that's gone up 7 times. And if you're still making the same 10, you lost 75% of your purchasing power. There you go. There's my analogy. It's a math equation. It's a simple math equation, folks. So, yes, cigarettes are $3 and something a pack. They've gone up times 6.
You're lucky. They're 10 over here.
Yeah, in Chicago, New York, they're $12 a pack. I mean,
there you
nuts.
go.
Yeah, I'll roll your own. It's all good. Or buy them from the Indians. The Indians sell cheap smokes if you want to smoke, and they don't put no chemicals in them.
Here, I think you're using the wrong word. Inflation doesn't exist. What's really happening is the amount of stealing.
Right.
Is increasing. Exactly.
Yes, the number of copies of your paycheck that they're making has increased.
Yep.
So instead of making 10 copies of your paycheck, they went to 20 copies of your paycheck to 40 copies of your paycheck.
And then on top of that, they're charging people a use tax. Because using the king's money is a taxable event. But that's all right, folks. We're solutions-oriented. We'll show you the solutions. So, hey, if you're not in, get in. I'm telling you, hey, Barry, like I say, I won't be ranting anymore. Peter will be going silent on the public side, but I definitely ain't going to be going silent on the private side.
Yeah, I know. You're going to be in my ear every day.
Oh, yeah. That's true. I'm going to be making your ears bleed. It's all good. I'm going to take you down to the weight room, too. We're going to chuck some weights.
Oh Lord! Well, hey, I've got a book that people should read, which is really wonderful. It's called Candide, Candide, I believe. It's a book by Voltaire. This book, if you had it in your possession, it's a little 90-page pamphlet. If you had that in your possession, you could be imprisoned or killed in France. It caused the French Revolution more than anything else.
Wow!
Because it's a little book about this young man who suddenly this war comes along and he doesn't know where it came from, and his house gets burned down and his family killed, and he wanders off, and he's never had to deal with the world before. So he's sitting on this doorstep, and these men come along and they say, "Oh my, you look like you need some help." And he says, "Yeah." They say, "Can we buy you lunch?" He says, "Sure." So they go inside the tavern, they buy him lunch. As soon as he takes a bite of the sandwich, they grab him by the shoulders and say, "You're now in the Navy or the Army or something."
Right.
And what that is that's admiralty law. If you accept a benefit, it's done with the implied promise that you're going to give something back.
Right. So there is no free lunch.
No, there's no free lunch. And not only are you going to pay for that lunch, you're going to pay for it with your life, because they just took him and put him in the Army. So when you got that Social Security card, or when you use that mailbox that's near your house, that mailbox is not your mailbox, and it isn't free. There's a terrible price tag attached to that.
Yep, it is. So, you're in 10 Mile Square.
Yeah, that little box is sitting on a 1 square foot piece of land that's actually part of the District of Columbia. Yep. So you went and did business with them, and they give you free delivery of mail to your mailbox near your house. Hey, you didn't pay for that. Those stamps don't cover the cost of that. So now you're going to have to pay taxes. Now all your property near that mailbox just got pledged to the United States.
Anyways, hey, Bear, I got to interrupt for 1 second. John, we may die in midstream. My wife was using this phone, so just let you know, hey, if everything goes dead, folks, Elvis has left the building prematurely, but I probably have about 5 minutes. It's beeping. It beeps me about every 2 minutes, and one of these times it'll beep, and then it'll just go. So we got about 10 minutes to. We have 10 minutes left, but I don't know if I'm going to make 10 minutes is what I'm saying.
Well, I'll play some nice tunes for us if you go dead, brother.
Cool. We can do that. Anyways, Barry, I didn't want to interrupt. I'm just letting you know, hey, we may be fading to black for a second in a minute.
Gotcha.
Probably about 2 or 3, about 5,
That's why you should get that book. It's Voltaire. He's the author, and the book is called Candide, and it's the most remarkable book. When you read it, at the end of the book, it tells
Can you spell that
one
more time, Barry?
Candide, Candide. At the end of the book, it says, get off the plantation, stay out of the body politic, just go do your thing. That's the conclusion of the whole thing. I can't give it away exactly. It's just so beautifully done. It's
very
a perfect
good
piece of French literature. It's a classic, and they don't want the slaves to read it because once you read it, you go, holy
what
crap,
the hell?
Thing is going on today. I'm still in the middle of this mess. I don't want anything to do with these elections. I don't want anything to do with this army. I don't want this benefit. Just leave me alone.
Right, and all wars are bankers' wars anyway, so the brothers that are spreading their blood on the field are their mercenaries. Basically, I bought the lie. I went in, I did 10 years. I thought it was under the guise of patriotism. I know now it's totally wrong. Matter of fact, we got that video. It's called All Wars Are Bankers' Wars. It's over on our YouTube page at Privatis.Me. 45-minute history lesson, folks, that'll really open your eyes about the military scam and all the agent provocateurs and wars and false flags and all this other stuff. And it'll help you get your mind right. It cuts through all the lies. And it's a 45-minute history lesson from hell that ever since 1776, folks, there is no constitution that you're a party to. You're under international treaties under the UN. That's why they can tell their property what to do. So if you don't like what's coming down, you have a choice to make. Everybody has free will, and that's I'm giving you an open door to get through. Come on in.
Yeah, and they're going to give you your 40 acres. They're going to give you a pass that says you can travel on the road and you're not to be molested. You can travel internationally.
Yep.
You'll have a little bit of money that's not taxable, and you can go from there. You'll be okay. There won't be any Social Security benefits for you, but if you really think that that's going to happen anyway, you're kind of a fool.
Right, that's right, brother. I knew all the way through I was not going to be getting my gratis, but that's all right, brother. I have a big buffet over on the other side. I don't have to take the chicken scraps.
Yeah, we'll take the 40 acres and the couple million or whatever it is that we get cashed out and be happy with that.
Yep.
Excellent. And one of our brothers just posted to me, thanks, Elder, Candide by Voltaire. You can find it at www.gutenberg.org under ebooks, and you can find that there. That's gutenberg.org.
Very good, John.
Oh, and there's one other book, 80 pages, you might read too. That's Frederic Bastiat. He's another French author. It's called The Law, 80 pages. And he says there's 3 stages of a society. Nobody robs anybody. Some people rob other people. Everybody robs everybody. And every society everybody starts out, okay, nobody's going to rob nobody. And they're like, okay. Then some people write themselves permission to rob the others. Then everybody wants to rob everybody.
And that's what the bankers did, folks. That's your banking scam.
But eventually, it recycles because it gets so bad that even the robbers who are robbing everybody say, hey, stop, this is just crazy. Let's go back to nobody robs anybody. So then you all go back to, I'm sick of the stealing, and let's go back to nobody robs anybody. And that's what we're talking about. When you go back to private property, nobody robs you because you really own it. The company doesn't own it. They can't steal it.
Yeah. Anyways, hey, Brother Barry, thank you for coming on and this nice, enlightening, smooth segue on the last few minutes. I'm going to cut loose. I think, John, if I get another 2 minutes, I'll be lucky. Anyways, folks, we'll be back Saturday. Yep, if you're not over at Privatis.Me yet, you better go get your pass because it's time to go because Brother Peter is going to work, and we're going to be doing some major heavy lifting come August. So, yep, you got to August 31st if you're sitting in the free seats to come all the way in. And then after I close that door, it'll only be by recommendation of other right-minded brothers who are already at the house. So it's going to be special. If you're, like I say, I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. Folks, if it doesn't resonate with you, you got to stand fast and do nothing. That's your choice. It's your option. Everyone has free will.
July 31st. I think you meant to say July 31st.
Yeah, July 31st, right. Very good. Yeah, August 1st, we'll be cleaning out. We'll be cleaning house August 1st, brother.
Yep. Come on over. You'll like it better.
The water's fine. I always say that. It's a Navy vernacular.
No,
anyways,
we're going
Yep. Anyways, let's give out happy kudos to my producer, Andrea. Hope she's getting on her feet soon. Brother Zach, sorry for barking at you. Yeah, you know how I get sideways. It wasn't personal. Don't take it personal. I love you, brother. It's all good. Anyways, folks, me and Johnny, I guess, are flying this plane for a while longer, and that's fine. We love it. Now that Johnny has clarity and I have clarity, we're going to see you on Saturday. You're going to want to get a front row seat for Saturday night because it's going to get interesting. Bringing forward more beautiful informations to help all who want to help themselves.
Beautiful.
Anyways, let me give a shout-out quickly to Sister Michelle. Hope she's doing good. I talked to Sister Susan today. Talked to Sister Cookie. All these heavy lifters. Brother Michael. John, I got cauliflower here, man. This phone grows out of my ear. I'm on the phone all the time. But that's all good because I'm getting a lot of heavy lifting done while we're going in. Brother Dan, my SEO master, getting me posted out there nicely. And, hey, folks, welcome to the shift. And I say it with all sincerity. We're in the shift. Come on in. It's time to go. Get in. It's time because nobody else is going to talk about this way, folks. Nobody else is going to give you the direction of flow that we will over at our house because we really do care. That's the point.
That's right. Positive energy and positive magnetism.
Yep.
Excellent. Great show tonight, Peter.
Yeah, it's a great. Hey, I'm feeling the energy tonight. It's been no more rants.
You're listening to In the Spirit of Things on I Am Free Will Radio. Join us on our Blog Talk radio station every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday night, live from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. To find all the links we mention on the show and to stay up to date about when we go live on BTR, make sure you connect with us on our social sites. Follow us on Twitter at handle Privatis.Me. You can also friend us, like us, or join our open group on Facebook by searching Privatis.Me or by clicking on the Facebook icon on our homepage. It's really that simple.
VerdictProductions.com, providing high-quality visual appeal for websites, videos, custom designs, and animation. We can design custom logos, animated images, banners and ads for your website, and even t-shirt designs. Have a video project you want to put on YouTube? Our professional video software will have you up on the web in no time. Visit VerdictProductions.com today and send us your project for a free quote. Lowest prices on the net guaranteed.